Hi, hello everyone, and welcome to my London vlog. Day 1, Vagina Museum in South Bank Centre. Right at the beginning, we start with a period cup, a tampon, and another menstrual cup. Then we have reports from different people talking about their experiences with their periods and what it was like to find out when they had their period for their first time, and basically how they deal with it. And we have people from all over the world. Then we have where were you when you started your period and what you'd wish you'd known, and you could write something down and put it there. So I wrote it down and I put it there as well on the board with everyone else. Then we move to a different section where you can see the anatomical part of it. This is a real uterus that someone donated to the museum, which I thought was very interesting. And then we have some images, I guess, from the front and side view of the uterus, which I loved. Where did the vulva beauty standards come from? TLDR, it's racism. It's always racism. You can pause to read if you want. I thought this was very interesting, but yeah, that's the summary. This is about a specific Japanese artist that makes vagina art. Then we got to the menopause section of the museum, which from my understanding was a temporary exhibition, and you can see society's perception of menopause. I thought it was very informative and important to know these things. I loved it so much, and I thought it was really interesting. I got this postcard and a similar pin, and then we moved along to the next museum, South Bank Centre. The purpose of coming here was to see this exhibition specifically. It was from a poet that was using different forms of art to showcase her poems. Over here we had a lot of the materials and the things that she used for several of her performances. Here's me seeing the things. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember what this was anymore, but that's fine. I think this was completely unrelated and this is just something that they have all the time in the museum, but whatever, I still liked it. There was a machine with some words inside, and you could grab the words and write different words on yellow paper and put them back on the machine. This was another one of her exhibitions where she was writing these words throughout the show, like a live poem. This is just the paper that she used to write the words, and that avoid was really sticking out, and I wanted to grab it so badly, but I didn't. Then on the last part, there was a bunch of photos of some of the shows that she did in the past with some of the instruments and objects that she used as well. We have some fashion things, ping pong balls. To be completely honest with you, I didn't understand exactly what many of these things were, but I enjoyed looking at them. Besides all of the things that she used on her shows, there were also videos showcasing some of the shows that she did, and I recorded this one because I thought it was very interesting. She just had a bunch of words on this thing that appears to be a wheel, and she would read them and then turn back around, and that would change the meaning of the whole poem. Day 2, National Gallery and British Library. So what I didn't know when I entered the National Gallery was that apparently the opening time is the time when everyone shows up. So when I got there, it was incredibly full. What I also didn't understand, because as you can see here, I started looking at portraits, but I entered through the Christian room. So I came from portraits and they were wonderful and beautiful, as you can see. But I ended up looking at a bunch of Christian religious paintings, which even though I can still appreciate because they're very artistic and detailed, and, you know, they were probably very expensive to make as well. I'm not religious and some of them are a little graphic, so I started getting a little bit tired of looking at these religious paintings, even though I can still appreciate the artistic side of it, but I kind of wanted to see something different. Don't get me wrong, I find these absolutely beautiful and artistic. These look incredible and amazing. I was just getting really tired of looking at Jesus and the Virgin Mary and popes and all of that. So I got really excited when I realized that I was finally leaving that type of paintings. I found this painting absolutely incredible. The detail on this was crazy, and this ugly lady was really impressive to me too for some reason. Then I took pictures of a bunch of paintings of Saint Jerome because even though I am not religious, he was a very important person when it comes to translation and translating the Bible. Then I started noticing a trend of a lot of animals and mythical creatures showing up in a lot of different paintings. This painting was absolutely impressive. I had to take 3 different pictures of it because it was way too long. But the animal trend continued, so I just had to capture all of them in most of the paintings that I encountered. This is when I entered a new room with more modern paintings, and I started to get actually really excited. As you can see, I started to see a lot of landscapes in paintings, and so this is where I took a bunch of pictures. I took pictures of almost every single painting that I saw because landscapes are kind of my favorite types of paintings. So yeah, there's just a lot, and I mean a lot, of pictures that I took of this part of the museum. Then I started to encounter some crazy paintings, such as this one. What in the world is this? Insane. This one was also crazy, and I just started to see so many paintings that I loved so much. I don't know what it was about this horse, but I loved this painting so much. Then I started focusing on paintings that had water on them because it's crazy to me how you can even paint this in the first place. And after that, I entered the Van Gogh part of the museum, which, as you can imagine, had a lot of people on it. So I had to wait for a little bit to take pictures of some of these paintings, but that's okay, I was just happy that I actually got to see some Van Gogh paintings in real life. I really liked the crabs painting and this chair more than the flower painting, but I also understand why the flowers are more famous. This room had a lot of other painters that had similar styles to Van Gogh, so it made a lot of sense for them to be in there as well. This water painting was beautiful, and this one was just so crazy that I actually have no words to describe it. This ceiling was in a room by itself, so I thought it was the original one, but it turned out to be a copy. Then I got to the British Library, where I saw this in the middle of the corridor, and I got way too excited to go in there. I then found out that you cannot go in there, so whoever that person is in there definitely works there. You have no idea of how disappointed I was to find out that I could not go in here. But anyways, I moved on to their main room where they had a bunch of records and written things of famous musicians, famous writers, just a bunch of different things. That was from Monty Python, this is from the Beatles. And of course, a lot of religious books that we will see throughout this exhibition. They had a lot of them. This is how children used to do homework back in the day. This is about Black American history. Then I got to this shelf that had Jane Austen's annotations for her novels. Then I got to this section, which I was extremely excited about. This is about the first movable printed things. So we have some from Korea, some from the Middle East, some from India, I believe. A lot of them were religious texts because that makes a lot of sense, but I loved it. Then this section, I guess, was just kind of like artistic books, I suppose. Some of them were cut up. This is a book that fits inside of the shell of walnut. I don't know what this was. I also don't know what this was. This is about a pizza oven and how to make it. It was weird, but I liked it. Then I saw some books about different cultures and things that were important to them, as well as some religious books. These were ANHS stamps. This was about Caribbean immigration in the UK, public health announcements in China, and then back to Jane Austen, where we could see some of the things that she wrote before her books were published. This was just in a hallway, and I thought it was pretty, and this was also just in the middle of a corridor. Okay, so I'm in the toilet now. I'm a little embarrassed of talking in front of a lot of people. I'm not exactly disappointed by this, but there's a lot of things that you only have access to if you have a reader's pass. I did not know that before coming here, so I have seen way less stuff than what I would have liked. Regardless, this is still pretty cute, but I thought I was gonna see more stuff, you know what I mean? Anyways, I think this has been my visit. I think I've seen pretty much everything that I could, and there were some stuff that I couldn't take pictures of, so yeah, I can't really share that. Anyways, that's my update. Day 3, British Museum. So I had a strategy when coming to the British Museum because I was only there once before this, and I know that I spent 3 hours in there and we barely saw anything, so I wanted to go back and see more things. So I started in this one room, which looking back now, I genuinely don't remember what this was anymore. I cannot tell you. I genuinely don't remember. but I did enjoy it quite a lot. Then the next room was, I believe, a mixture of Greek and Roman room, which was kind of confusing to me. Also, in a lot of these pictures, you are going to just see a lot of my reflection, so please ignore that. Anyways, I did enjoy this room a lot. I think they had really nice statues and tools and great things to look at. I loved the coins and all the currency that you could see as well. This was a very interesting room, but it was by far my least favorite that I saw this day. This is when I entered the room that was called the Bronze and Golden Age, which I'm going to be very honest with you, I found it very odd that they just compacted a bunch of rooms to the Bronze and Golden Age put together, because that made it a little bit confusing as to what was what that I was looking at. Like, is this Bronze Age? Is this Golden Age? I'm not really sure. I did enjoy this room regardless. This is where all of the coins started to appear, all of the silverware, a lot of statues and stuff. So I did enjoy looking at all of that and seeing how things were evolving throughout the times. After looking at these tools and these funky looking dice, I moved on to the next room, which was the money room. As you can see, there are some funky looking bills over here. Bill printer machine, a register, and for some reason, this really sad horse. Then I moved on to one of my favorite rooms of this visit, clocks and watches. This room started off with just some kind of normal, fancy looking, old back in the day clocks and watches. But then they started to get progressively crazier and crazier the more I walked around in these rooms. Just insane clocks. Then I looked at some scientific instruments from back in the day, and then this clock was working somehow. I have no idea how this works, but I enjoyed looking at it. Then I saw a full wall of old watches, this weird ass clock, more watches and clocks, but then we started to get into more modern looking clocks. Then I kept walking and I came upon this room that seemed to have more Roman stuff or Bronze Age stuff, or maybe both. I am not sure. This looked like kind of a random room. There was just a bunch of different stuff that I guess the Romans did, all put together in this one room. There was money and currency, tools, a cremated body, a skeleton. It was pretty random. I'm dead. Then I made my way to the Jade Room, which was one of my absolute favorites of this visit to the British Museum. I loved this room so much. All of the things that they made were incredibly artistic, incredibly detailed. I absolutely loved this room. What I didn't realize was that this room was actually like a side quest of a main room, which was the Asian room. The Jade Room was just about China pretty much, and then you had the Asian room. At this point in time, I had been there for 3 hours and I was getting really hungry, and then there were so many people in here that I decided that this would be my last room to visit this time on the British Museum. So this is basically the point where I started to just take pictures of everything. I was getting really hungry and I started to feel a little bit overwhelmed because it was way too crowded in there, and so I just started to record and take pictures of everything, reading everything as fast as I could because I was getting really overwhelmed and I kind of wanted to leave, and then I was focusing on my hunger, so I didn't get to truly appreciate this room, I think, and next time that I go, I will go back to make sure that I can fully appreciate the Asian room. Day 4 and 5, Christmas! It's really nice.
It's also very nice.
I like it. That's from me.
That's from you.
Yeah, I like this bag. I'm excited for that.
Okay.
You copied that in film? Wait, how did you get this? This like sold out pretty fast. I called them off. That's cute. Wait, I'm happy.
She's
I didn't think I would
excited.
have this one. Wait, are you serious? It's the calendar!
From the same YouTuber
That
she
they did.
likes.
And there's no
But the guy is
Republicans on
the
the
same
back.
YouTuber she likes.
I can feel what it is. I've touched this
It's a
box.
fan
so-
favorite.
Yeah! Woo! Wait, this is kind of the big box as
They're
well.
one of the like 5 gifts I got you.
You're crazy.
I forgot I bought you stuff.
Yeah. You're crazy.
Stop calling everyone crazy.
You are crazy.
She stole it from someone, it's fine.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
You stole it.
Yeah.
No.
Did you like it? Is that helpful?
Yeah.
See, I told you.
No, I know.
Who's this from?
I think
G
it's
as
ours. I think it's ours, but you know.
I don't remember.
It's from both of you.
It's the one you forgot. It's,
Oh, yeah,
it's
yeah.
my idea, G's money.
Yeah.
Are you joking? Is it the Cat's Eye album?
We like that cover better because they do the other
I do
one.
like this one better. I thought you could get me this, and then I was like, okay, probably not, because like it's selling out.
It was sold out everywhere.
Yeah, it was sold
I
out
bought it on
everywhere.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Thank God for Amazon.
Why is it moving?
You'll find out if
She
you
says
open
it as if she can't open it. Yeah.
Ah, I see why it's moving. What is it? Is it a
Elsa.
giraffe? Yay!
You're like a child, man.
And that's the free one as well, so you can do 3 different.
9 plus.
Who cares?
You have so many presents.
That's what I'm saying!
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
What is it?
Okay.
a silent voice movie.
Oh yeah, that's true. I was there when you got that. I forgot.
I love this movie.
Lol. I need to stop forgetting things.
You forgot you got me presents. And you got me more
I
presents.
dead
It's
ass.
crazy.
There's 2 more in there
Oh, this
for
is
me.
so cute, so I can watch it in the living room.
Yeah.
Oh,
I also think you can't find it anywhere to stream.
to stream. I've only.
I don't think it's on Crunchyroll.
Maybe.
I don't know. This one is from Mom.
I know what that is.
I
That's
don't.
an exciting gift.
You actually, I thought you could be lying to me, and then I was like, no, she sounded like actually sad about it. So I don't think she was lying to me. You were lying to me.
That was so cute.
It's cute,
Let me
right?
have a look.
Thank you.
Don't throw my presents at anybody.
I knew she'd like them.
Is this a special edition? This is nice too.
Okay.
Whoa, it smells
She's
like a new
sniffing
book.
the-
It smells good. Thank you. Oh,
It's a ring light.
for my videos?
Yeah.
Wait, this is
And
nice.
you can wrap it. See the back. You can wrap it on thingies, and you can put your phone and a camera in there.
Close your mouth. Good thing we don't have flies around.
Wait, this is nice. It's like, do you just pull?
Okay.
That was loud. Okay. Okay. Why are elves such great motivational speakers? They have plenty of elf confidence. Alright,
Alright.
that was my cracker.
Day 6, Greenwich. So Greenwich has this beautiful river, and as you can see, it was not raining on this day, which was very exciting. We were going to do a lot of walking and looking at this river and, just sightseeing. So it was very exciting that it was not raining. Then we went on the tunnel that would take us to the other side. I don't remember why I'm laughing here, but apparently something very funny happened. So this was the view on the other side of the river, and then we went back through the tunnel to go back up to the previous side. I said go back up because we had to go down an elevator to go to the other side, so now we had to go back up the elevator to go to the previous side. There was no one else in there, so I had the chance to record it. Day 7, V&A. I don't remember what this was anymore, but I found it very pretty. My favorite thing about when you walk into V&A is seeing all of the people sitting down in front of the statues to draw them. But this time, I decided to go look at this temporary exhibition that they had, which was about art and disability, and I find it so interesting and so compelling. I really loved seeing the way that disabled disabled people see art and the designs they create to accommodate them, such as these hearing aids that were made to be fashionable. There were also some gaming related things, such as controllers that were modified to fit disabilities. There were also some pictures of protests that people did, and also some protest art. There were also some pieces that were just made by disabled people, and it's just them kind of expressing how they feel. And that was pretty much my last day in London. I had a great time and I can't wait to go back. I hope you guys enjoyed my vlog, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye!